And so that's what I'm doing here. I realized, that I had never really launched my vlog or settled on a topic. That's kind of what my head had been thinking. But I realize now, as I look back, no, I've had a vlog all along, and it is about family and mental health and healing and love and all sorts of things. And so, get down. So these last couple of days when I have went on visits with my family to discover secrets from my past and to discover my purpose on this planet, I got tough news from family. And I just sit here trusting that my family is going to understand that this is not about them and exposing them, but rather about exposing the things that are within us that allow us to heal in our life and be successful, right? And so for me, I have these unanswered questions of my mental health, really. Tux, honey, can you get down for a little bit or just sit here calmly? Thank you. I love you. And so, okay, I'm sure I've told this story before, but I'll just recap a little bit just to show you where I'm at. And that is that, I'm the girl that posted publicly that the DNA results of her father had come in and they were not what she had been raised with. And albeit that very sad for me because I love my father, these DNA results came out. And I'll tell you that I have known about this secret in the family since I was a little girl. And it came from my mother's mouth. I overheard her on a conversation talking about me, on a phone conversation about me and my sister belonging to someone else. She was talking on the phone to someone else, saying, "Don't you want to see your daughters?" And she said our ages. And so I've had that information for years, and I have asked her about it a couple of times, but I've never really sought out who my father was. I had a father that I loved, that I doted over. I was the biggest daddy's girl. I would call him with the most random questions. I'm sure drove him nuts about gardening or whatever. I loved my daddy. And so was I curious? Yes. I guess just curious if my looks are, I look so much like my mother that, I never really questioned that so much, but it does make me wonder at times, But anyways, I never searched. And then in a time in my life where I was in mental crisis, I had what I call a download, and my mother laughs at me for calling it that, but I don't know what else to call it. It nearly took me down and told me who my father was. And it was so jarring because it's not someone I would have ever imagined, nor had I ever heard rumors about. And so that made me really curious. And, you know, it has become more of a mission to discover my sanity rather than who my father is, because that honestly is irrelevant to me. The man that raised me is my father, and he always will be. He can't even take that away from me. You know, no one can take that away from me. He was my father. The answer to the question gives me what was happening to my mind that day that came through to me. Was I just that close to death, and my mind, body, and spirit was just giving me that one thing, anything that would send me on a quest to keep living? Is that all it was? Maybe, you know, but did it work? I guess so, because I am living again. I'm building a future for myself. I see a business of helping other people heal, because even though these last couple of days I felt shattered, it was not the same as the depression that I once felt. It was so strange, because I even yesterday had thoughts of dying again. This time not suicide. Wow, I can't believe I'm going to tell this story, but I guess I am. This time it came to me as, give me one moment. Sit down tight. Okay. This time it came to me as having a really deep, profound conversation with my father and asking him if he would please take me out back to the woods and take a gun to my head to relieve the suffering like he used to do for the dogs on the farm if they would get hit by a car or something like that. Shoot. What was interesting about that, though, is it came to me in such a calm. It was like just a conversation with my father to say, Dad, listen, I don't know why, but I have to understand what happened with my mind. And it is hurting my family. Me wanting these answers. And they're the last people I want to hurt. They're the very people I want to love. And so perhaps taking me out back will end my suffering from people who don't want to give me answers, and end their suffering from listening to a woman voice to the world. Things they may not be proud of. Sorry. Tux. So I guess it was weird because I felt like I was in this shatter, but I felt at peace because I knew that it was either or, that for my literal sanity, I had to go on this quest for answers. So, if you don't want to hear it, and you don't want to answer my questions, you'll have to take me out. And there's a power in that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't. But I do realize now that my vlog is about mental health and what happens in your family and cleaning out the cobwebs of your past and undoing your psyche in a way that you can see a way forward. And I can see a way forward now. I don't have depression like I had before. The secrets aren't in me. They're in others. And if my truth out here forces them to face that, I'm not sorry, because that brings healing. And that's all I want, you know? I had a brief texting conversation with my cousin yesterday, and it felt really good. I miss her. As young girls, we were close. Yeah. She was my favorite. I had a lot of cousins, but I don't know, her and I clicked. We always did. And part of me worried that when she found out what happened to me as a little girl, that she would blame herself for not being there for me when she was there. It wasn't her fault. She was asleep. She didn't know. Anyways, shoot, I don't know where these tears are coming from. I'm sorry. I think that secret within me, put a wedge between me and her for all of these years. So cousin, if you see this, you know I'm talking to you. I love you and I miss you. And I'm sorry. Sorry I couldn't tell you what happened to me that night. I've got really exciting things in my life right now, though. And you have also been such an inspiration. So thank you. So today, all of these tears are happy tears. Because they know that even though I might be hurting some people with releasing some family secrets, my intent is not to hurt. My intent is to heal. Heal first myself, and through healing me, God shows me that I will heal others. So, as always, peace, love, and happiness always, always, always. Use your shatter to become your ladder in life. Examine yourself fully. Look at your life. Figure out where your pains are. Figure out where your pivots need to be. And polish yourself in every way. Be the best version of yourself so that you can be the best version for others. Dux is trying to show off today. Are you showing off, baby? He's like, no, Mama, I just want some, you want warm cuddles with Grandma? He loves the warm cuddles with Grandma. I love them too. That is where I sit in my recliner, turn on my heating pad, and snuggle up with my grandma's blanket. Makes me feel like she's with me and guiding me in this journey between me and my daddy. Because I love him, no matter what the DNA says. My quest for answers on the DNA results is simply to understand my mind and what happened to me the day I got the download. I think Grandma's here with me right now. Again, sorry, I started to close out once and I got to talking again. Peace, love, and happiness always. Heather here.